Let's make a watercolor resist Zentangle tree. Of course, let's begin with your name and teacher code. The materials that you will need for this project are a pencil, a Sharpie or a marker, or even a black oil crayon, painter's tape or masking tape, watercolor paint, and a paintbrush. You will begin by making the trunk in the center of your paper. As you get midway up your paper, you're going to want to start branching out, and notice that a tree, as it gets taller, gets thinner towards the top. I recommend using painter's tape if you have it, because it peels off easier than the masking tape and you don't rip the paper. Continue making branches as you get to the top of the page. As you start filling up the branches at the top of the page, you're going to want to tear your tape into smaller pieces to make thinner branches. The next step is to fill the page with watercolor paints. Choose analogous colors. Those are colors that sit next to each other on the color wheel. So I chose blue, purple, and green. Once you have filled your entire page with watercolor, you may want to splatter on top of it. There are two techniques that you could use. The first one is to brush the tip of your paintbrush that's been loaded with paint onto your paper. Just be careful when you do this so you don't make a mess. The second technique is to hold out your hand that it does not have the paintbrush and tap it gently with your paintbrush that has been preloaded with paint. This gives you a little bit more control, but again, be careful with your paint. When your paper has dried completely, I let mine dry overnight, you're going to peel the tape off very carefully because you do not want to rip the paper. Go slowly and carefully. This technique is called resist painting because wherever the tape was laid down resisted the paint. It is only absorbed onto the paper where there was no tape. The next step is to use a Sharpie to outline all of your branches. And then let the Zentangle begin. You're going to draw all sorts of fun patterns and designs. Go ahead and include some words that inspire you. Look at my tree. I had a lot of fun making my Zentangles. I hope you do too.